W's and stuff. Shit getting real, man. I'm in the goddamn. I made it to heaven. Like, I don't know where everybody else is at. I'm in heaven. Got got my little mini Bible with me. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of, it's like a little brief summary Bible, but ain't getting caught. You know what I'm saying? Peeping game. Reading about the, in the life of Jesus. Not that that nigga wasn't shit, but just kind of peeping game. Peeping game on what certain things going on and whatnot. This is gonna be pretty much my I had a dream recently. This ain't really some shit I ain't been talking about too much, so I'm gonna be like, what's the word? Like, I'm gonna be selective about what I'm about to say here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be selective about what I'm finna say. I'm gonna be selective, man, because this is some tricky shit, man. Some tricky shit. Normally I'd have maybe some music playing, things of that nature. I'm just gonna get right into it, man. No, I'm not waiting around for no I'm not waiting for nobody to pop in here or none of that shit, bro. I'm just gonna get right to it. First of all, I'll spell that backwards. You get what? Him? Can y'all even hear me? Is this even sounding good with the headphones? Whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whoever's gonna hear this or see this. All right. I got a like and a all right. Yeah, I'm saying they already. Feds is already watching. See, I be noticing it be like double zeros. One motherfucker pop in here. I be peeping game, and all of a sudden 8 motherfuckers is watching. Now all of a sudden 16 niggas is watching. They just doubled. All right, man. Y'all must want to get the insights on what the fuck is going on in this noggin right here or something. You know what I'm saying? They just be, I don't know, bro. Niggas be lurking. All of a sudden in the chat, all of a sudden, Fed watch. All right, man. Whatever, man. I ain't gonna give these Yahoo niggas too much goddamn attention. I ain't gonna give them too much attention. I pretty much had a vision, a dream. I went to jail recently for some dumb shit. Some petty ass shit. I'm not even gonna go into that. But I was on lockdown, motherfucking 7 days, because I'm a goddamn, I got like 7 degrees. My sun sign 7 degrees. 7 days of the week. So, of course I'm gonna be locked down for 7 days over something that was like really not even worth 7 days worth of being in an ice cold box. First of all. But anyways, now it went down and now it went to 3. Now it's only 3 niggas watching apparently. You know what I mean? They just be playing with numbers and shit. Pretty much what I seen with this dream was the main theme was I'm just gonna get right into it, man, because y'all niggas is nosy. Niggas be nosy and shit. Weird, bro. I don't even know who these people are in the chat, bro. It'd be like this weird ass, this random ass 1, 2, 3, before. I'm not even, like, they just be saying the weirdest shit, bro. Niggas is weird, bro. They had me in a single cell, bro. I was by myself. In the I'm not even gonna say where I was at, but I was in a single cell, ice cold in that bitch. I'm sure they love hearing that. Let's keep them in. Yeah, let's keep them in jail. Yeah, promote jail and stuff. Yeah, they love hearing that shit. They love hearing when somebody say I went to jail. They love hearing that shit. First of all, y'all niggas need to clean y'all jail cells. How about that? How about y'all like take some of these tax dollars or whatever, wherever the money's going, so y'all military vehicles and shit that y'all developing and all this weird shit. Why don't y'all like spend some of that money? You see how you can see? It's like two me's talking. I see you. Why don't y'all take some of that money and put it, like, first of all, they cut all like a bunch of funding for education and things that, like keep like young up and coming growing up, like young men and women, which are pretty much little boys and girls, from not getting into like the streets or getting into drugs or certain substances. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time on the average teenager's mind when they ain't got shit to do. So what else are they gonna do other than maybe try something that could possibly fuck them up even more in the head, since they already be like mentally ill and traumatized, being just growing up in this type of system, right? The world and shit, synthetic world and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to stay on point. Hold on. Yeah, why don't y'all put some of the money back into the education, or like, man, that's a different. They ain't finna do that because they ain't really about no business, education, religion, politics, or entertainment. Like, their biggest thing is entertainment, since they like to get in on YouTube and watch people like me. I think that's weird. Like, this is they entertainment, watching people like me on YouTube. I ain't been live on YouTube for about weeks now, but yeah, here they are in my chat on YouTube, and I don't consider myself to be anybody important yet. A bunch of strangers are watching me on YouTube from wherever they at and dropping weird ass comments in the chat. Talk about these niggas is stupid, bro. I'm taking screenshots of this shit. These niggas is weird, bro. They just be self-reflecting and self-projecting. I never went to prison, bro. I've only been to jail twice in my life. I'm 30 years old. Like, that's like a rare percentage level of people that look like me and sound like me or whatever, or grow up in maybe certain situations I did, like growing up in like I'm not even gonna go into that, bro, but I've only been to jail twice, bro. Not to like put anybody down that has been to jail more than twice. I'm just making a point, like maybe I'm a rare percentage level of motherfuckers just in general. So when I was, all right, let me back to the point, man. I'm in this cell box, man. It's cold as fuck. It's dirty as fuck. They don't clean. That's what they don't. They don't clean their cells out here in Pima County Correctional Facility. They don't clean their goddamn jail cells. I'll say that, or at least the ones in like in the medical section. Things of that nature. Maybe they clean up the GP. Nah, they don't even do that, man. Man, I'll just say this real quick. The cell I was in had all kind of stuff drawn on the wall, kind of writings and stuff on the wall. One being from somebody from 1989. You know what that would let me, I was like, really? Ugh, that's disgusting. They ain't cleaned this jail cell since 1989. And probably before that. They didn't clean it before that. I'm just going off of whoever like wrote in pencil on the, above the door wall, like that was still there since 1989. That's over 20 years. So for about 20 plus years, they ain't clean. They correct correctional facility. At least, you know what I mean? That cell I was in. But probably the other ones either. They don't be cleaning them bitches. They trying to get in here and peep game, like try to see what I'm talking about. I might not even bring it up because it might be something that might inspire them to do something. I don't even know if I should even talk about it. Like, that's kind of like why I've been on the fence. Not on the fence, but kind of like why I've been like not so like revealing of my experiences, because there's a lot of things that they might try to use against me / everybody else, the masses, for whatever, government agendas that they want to like push next. I'll pretty much just say this though. I had a dream, I had a vision. I was getting sober. I wasn't smoking no marijuana trees, which might have maybe, that's not a right or a wrong thing, but I'm laying on this like metal ass bed with a some type of like, like a cushion, a cheap ass like mat, like a plastic mat or whatever, some type of mat, and then that's on the metal ass bed, and that shit was not comfortable at all. But at least I got 2 blankets that were made of wool. But one of this vision I had was immediately like the dream was about sometime in the future. I don't know when this is gonna occur. I'm just kind of like not guessing. I'm going off of the math, the timeline of things. Like, this is a 9-year. 2025 is a 9-year. If you go back 5 years ago, it was 2020. That was like the first like real shutdown. Like, just kind of, that was like a preview to me. So if you add 2 more years to 5, 2027, which would be what I'm talking about, 7 years from 2020, is like what I'm going off of. Because they do things in like these like degrees of 7, and these cycles of 7, like 7, 14, 21, 28. You hit your Saturn return about 28, but that's like a whole nother cycle of, you got 7, 14, 21. That's a 3 cycle. You know what I mean? 21 plus 2 plus 1 is 3. So like from 28 to 35 is like that next phase of like your actual like adult life, how I look at it. Like from 7, 14, 21, you a child. Soon as you go from 21 to 28, that's like your first year of being like an adult. Really, when you hit 28 though, is how I kind of look at it. All right, so this dream / a vision, I'm taking it like a vision. Like, this was like a message to me and anybody else that needs to receive this message, like as like a warning, because I was shook. It was pretty damn real. This is and by the way, all right, this is already going on. Like, there's layers to this spiritual shit. Like, there's already like stuff going on in the dreamscapes, like in the dream world, in the spiritual realm, where these things play out first before this condensed what people think is life. There's like layers to life in the mind first, which is just a thought and a feeling that you create your awareness, because your spirit is just space. So in the mental realms, like 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, this stuff is already going on, and that's probably maybe what I caught like a glimpse of, was me in that pocket. So what was going on was I seen or I heard how like everything was shut down. The roads were shut down. Like there's literally no stores open. Nobody. There's no like Walmart. There's no like no stores were open. Like none. All of them were shut down. All the businesses stopped. Everything was shut down. There was no cars on the road. In this dream I had, there was no cars on the road. Nobody was driving around. Maybe like the only vehicles that were around were like these military trucks, military vehicles and shit, and police type of military like martial law type of you know what I'm saying, the military vehicles and shit. And they had strategic, they had like police slash military soldiers or officers, however you want to fucking term them. They were at certain points that were like they were strategically at certain points where they had the roads blocked off. If you tried to go forward, you either get arrested and then who knows what happened to you afterwards, or they just like maybe they'd shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Like they was like liable to maybe shoot you or take your ass somewhere. And Lord knows what happens after that. I didn't even want to find out, but they pretty much they didn't say nothing. They would just be at these certain positions, like with their arms crossed or like a whole bunch of barricades up, and they would just be like, "Nope, you can't. You ain't coming this way." And then a lot of people were like myself, maybe like the thought was like, "Well, where the fuck do you want niggas to go? Like, where do you want us to go? Blah 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 blah. Where do you want us to go?" Right? And they just be like, all statue like I don't know. They'd be like, I don't know, figure it out, pretty much. Like, I don't know, you can't, but you ain't coming this way, dude. We got it blocked off over here. So like it'd be the roads were blocked off, like nobody was driving, the streets was closed. You couldn't just like go a certain route that maybe you would normally would go down, or like even the freeways might have been closed. Just certain shit, it'd be like just certain like barricades and barriers at whatever points, you know what I mean, on roads and certain like, you know what I'm saying, like the man-made streets and routes and shit. So a lot of people were on foot. There was nobody driving. I didn't see too many like large heavyweight people. So who knows what happened before this like in the dream. Like it could have been a gang of shit that occurred before what I was imagining, or what I don't want to say imagining, but like what I was receiving as a message, you know what I mean? This ain't no made up shit in my head, bro. This sounds like something that very much could be a possibility. And yeah, they had everything shut down, man. That's pretty much it. Like there was nothing, no food to go. Like you couldn't just go to the store and buy food, dude. Everything was shut down. Like this was the end of the world scenario going on. And they didn't have no solution. They didn't have wasn't no FEMA. It was none of that shit. They just had a bunch of military, martial law, police and soldiers and officers and shit at barricaded like little spots and shit. And they just like blocked roadblocks and barricades and shit. And the only ways that were, the only like ways people would go were like maybe little cuts and fence lines and shit, or just like little like, I don't know, just like little like routes people had to make, or hop over gates, or like cut through a fence and maybe go down like a little slant of a hill to get maybe into the, I guess, the trenches, like underground and shit. This like the underground, dude. That's what I was imagining, bro. Like everybody was being forced to go underground into like canals and maybe the river. You know what I'm saying? If there was any river like aqueducts, shit like that. It was pretty traumatic because there was only X amount of people moving around. You know, and most people like look skinny, and they look like they had to be in shape, and they look like they wasn't overweight. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, there might have been some chubby people here, but there wasn't no like large, heavy people in wheelchairs or nothing like that. There was nobody in wheelchairs. I didn't see none of that shit. It was mainly a lot of people on foot. And I guess the only place that motherfuckers could go was like underground into these tunnels and shit. And that's like pretty much what's already going on, like on a micro level, bro. So like this ain't nothing that I ain't like that people ain't already experiencing. At least mentally, like, you know what I mean? And it's like physically also, but like mentally, like you already only could go in certain directions. Like you can't just do what you want. You can't just like speak. You can't even talk freely anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's becoming like something that's been something they trying to ban. Like if I even talk a certain way in the stores, just interacting with people or the employees, if I even speak a certain way that is going, like it sounds like it might be going against the company policies or the company itself or they brand or they reputation or they image or whatever the fuck. I mean, just pretty much like things that might stop them from keeping power and control over people. Because it ain't about money, it's about the power and control. And I got like I got Scorpio energies in my chart and like Pluto and Scorpio generation. So my whole generation like was born to come here and like shake some shit up and kind of like, I don't want to say challenge or go against or rebel, but kind of, you know, just initiate a new way, really. And if there wasn't people trying to block that, shit would go smoothly, really. But no, you got like these niggas trying to like block and roadblocks and shit like that. They just trying to control shit. You see, I'm shadow banned right now. Like really, I should be getting like, I don't want to say I should, but you would think there would be, you would think I might get more views or get more of an audience or get more like algorithm numbers. If it was genuine, like there'd be more people maybe tapping in to watch my videos, which I don't experience that. I get like limited views, limited likes, if any, you know what I mean? If any views, like maybe one or two, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird shit, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much what appeared to me in the dream I had. And that was just one of the dreams I had. I'm not even gonna talk about the other shit. But that's kind of like my prediction. Not even really a prediction. It's like I'm convinced that that's gonna happen at some point. That's my prediction of like when it's gonna happen would be like 2027. Because again, this is a 9-year. Things are ending. I already talked about this before the beginning of the year last year on like my Instagram or like in maybe another videos where I was talking about 2025 right now, the year 9, how it's going to be the ending of travel. Because a lot of it has to deal with, if you see, a lot of people just ain't into astrology and astronomy, but like the 9 is the last number or the last symbol in the numerical sequence, and really these are just like certain transitions of the same energy that we're experiencing, like as far as cycles, just things that revolve around clocks. So it's not about you trying to square out the circle. The circle's gonna square your ass out, bitch. Y'all ain't God like that. But y'all doing a hell of a good job playing a god though, and being the devil. And y'all they God in this world. I ain't challenging them on that. They for sure are God of they shit. They got this shit sold up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing. Like just being in jail, like reminded me or showed me, like, nigga, you do not want to be in they hands. You do not want to be in like a voodoo puppet doll in they hands and shit, because they ain't gonna know, they ain't gonna have shit to do it, they ain't gonna know what to do it, they just gonna like make sure you're dead. Like, that's all they know how to do. Give you a bunch of Cocoa Puffs and cereal and like give you a bunch of dog food. Like, you know, just give you the worst treatment. I wasn't even able to take a shower, bro. I took one shower the whole week. One shower the whole week. I'm lucky. I was lucky to get a shower, bro. Out here is like I struggle to get a shower out here. So I don't know. Like, I be fighting myself. Like, in certain aspects, like it's weird. Like, jail's kind of like better than being out here free, because it really ain't like you free out here. You just more. It's like more of a bigger jail, and it's like harder to get a shower, I guess, or you gotta pay for one, or like I don't know. It's weird. I ain't saying like this is like it's cool being in jail. I ain't saying that, cause in there you ain't have no choice. Like you had to do whatever it is they motherfucking nigga. You was on lockdown until somebody came by and was like, all right, yep, we're doing this, or they gave you the option. Hey, you want to do this or do that, which was weird too. Like, if y'all niggas is supposed to be God and in control, why are you asking me? Like, why are you looking at me like I'm the decision maker? Like, you presenting me a black and white option. Oh, do you want to do this? Or, you know, like they was talking to me like that. Hey, so what do you think about this? Or do you want to take a shower today? Just like weird shit. Like, of course I want to take a shower. Nigga, do you not want to? You don't want to? Do you think I shouldn't take a shower? It's like weird shit. Like, what would you do? You know what I mean? Would you just like let me not take a shower? You kind of dirty ass like business owner are you to not have like the people that make your business like what it is, like not be clean and stuff in your possession? I don't know, it's like weird. But anyways, back to the dream, man. Like, that's pretty much it, dude. It was like everything was shut down. The roads were blocked. Nobody was driving. That goes in with what I'm saying, like a year 9. So this is like the end of travel. They already did a bunch of weird shit with the planes, with the airplane, the fake ass synthetic airplanes, because those ain't like, that's not the planes and the natives was talking about. But like, you know, the runway plane, the runway models at the airports, the runway models and stuff. They crashed like hella planes at the beginning of the year, bro, January or March or whatever that was. You know, after they little like weird ass winter New Year, fiscal year, like fiscal New Year and shit, or like Gregorian calendar New Year. But a whole bunch of, you know, remember there was a whole bunch of airplanes crashing and shit. This year's the end of religion and shit like that, or end of spirituality. Anything Sagittarius or ninth house related, like end of they for sure like made it like end of education. Education like went out the window. Entertainment is going out the window. Like celebrities, certain rappers and shit that might have been getting like hella views and shit. They ain't like Soulja Boy. I just seen the Soulja Boy video. Like, he got 11,000 views. That's manipulated. When you could go back and look at Soulja Boy videos being in like at least the hundreds of thousands, and then some, you know, and then some being like millions of views. But like Soulja Boy was the first one to like. Soulja Boy was like one of the first ones around to even be on YouTube. So like they be like, I don't know, like how y'all gonna do Draco like that? How y'all gonna do Draco like that? That's supposed to be like y'all, like that's like one of y'all, like that's supposed to be one of y'all dudes, man. Why y'all doing Draco like that? Anyways, yeah, you know, I'm live and stuff. You wanna say something to the feds? Yeah, that's the only niggas that be in my watching my videos is the feds. I'm not even gonna go into what that sign back behind me says. I'll read it real quick though. It says one of the little, like, what are these, the Pentagons? I don't know, whatever shape. They just promoting shit at the Tucson Theater. Hits. These are days and because the night. An evening with 10,000 maniacs. That's a band or something. That's like a group called like an evening an evening with 10,000 maniacs. Not to promote they shit or nothing, but like that should just let you know who's in charge of the world. You know what I mean? People that support that name, like that's a good group band to promote or whatever the fuck. An evening, a feeling with 10,000 maniacs. Okay. Yeah, you know, end of travel, end of spirituality, end of morality, end of God. Y'all niggas even y'all God dollar bill. That's why they trying to figure out what to do next, cause they whole shit is finished, and they know it. They whole shit is finished. That's why they finna shut everything down. They know they ain't just gonna like keep making dollar bill like world going and stuff. They can't. We in a whole new shift. Whatever that was previously in the past 300 years is like it's over. It's a wrap. End of shit. You can even throw like the opposition in there, like opposition to Sagittarius. You can get deep with the astrology shit. I ain't gonna cap. But mainly that ninth house space of like morality, certain again, religion is going out the window. Anybody talking about religion or anything, you might as well just like chalk it up. If you ain't talking about things maybe in a new type of way, if you still speaking about like Jesus Christ, like as if Jesus Christ was a real figure, like you think that was a real motherfucker, like some white dude image, like you're finished. Anybody that thinks Jesus Christ was a white dude somewhere walking on water and like Jesus of Nazareth and all that shit, finished, gone. They getting rid of all kind of shit. I was in there, bro. They in the jail in the little holding lobby area. They had a picture of white Jesus on the wall. That all the COs, a whole bunch of COs in there and shit. It would just be this image of Jesus on the wall. Nobody was talking to Jesus. It was like nobody. It seemed like that the shit wasn't. They acted like that shit wasn't even on the wall. You know what I'm saying? In there, they had 3 TV monitors. Goddamn, like a jumbotron in a sports arena or something. They had 3 fucking TVs, like, you know what I'm saying, like attached to this, like the roof, like in some shit like this, and everybody be like in this little lobby area, and they be having all this TV promoting shit like Twisted Metal, you name it, just certain like programs and shit like that. Niggas and like people that are just being intaked into jail probably don't. It's just like they be just what's the word, like the reinforcement, or like you know what I'm saying, the reviewing of like, they just like the recycling of like the programming of like some type of programming that they want to keep people's mind in, like this fear mongering, this fear violence, you know what I'm saying? Like they would be showing certain shit on the TV, the commercials, like the Takis fucking new meal at Wendy's was showing, the inferno meal, whatever that shit is, just certain shit like to remind your ass that you in hell at the moment. Like, if you ever go to jail sounds like hell, and then the last time I checked, the J was silent in Espanol, so hell and jail and sales, or like whatever the fuck, bro. It like should be, things be intertwined and shit. Things don't be separate. Again, if you know about Espanol in Spanish, J is silent. Like Jefe or Jose or Jesus or like Jesus, Jesus. E's or A's, A-E-I-O-U, man. Don't get me started, bro. Like y'all niggas fucked up. Y'all niggas fucked up. But yeah, and end of anything 9 related, goddamn, the thighs, your legs, they might be trying to like, I'm seeing a whole lot of them trying to, people ended up in wheelchairs and shit. A lot of people overweight and shit. A lot of people are very unhealthy. That's a square between Sagittarius and Virgo. It's Virgo season, so like, hey man, invest in wheelchairs, man. There's a lot of people out there ended up in wheelchairs, bro. That seems to be the money maker. I hate to say it, but I'm serious though. That's like, you for sure gonna make some bread. Yeah, like the health industry and stuff, like the wheelchairs. I'm serious. They trying to get rid of everybody's ability to think and feel or move around or do anything freely. So like they would love to see everybody in wheelchairs and shit like that, which are just like micro versions of what people are already driving around in as far as cars and vehicles. So they might just be getting rid of just everything, bro. They just get rid of everything. They just get rid of everything. Any faiths. You say you got certain faiths, practices, and beliefs and shit like that. You might have a certain way of how you express your creativity. You know, you might have certain ways of how you perceive the spiritual aspects of life. They getting rid of anything like creative. Anything creative, bro. They don't care, bro. They don't care, bro. You see what they do? They get on YouTube and jump in the chats. That's the highest level of creativity at the moment. It's harassment, perverted energies, stalking, you name it, shadow banning, you know, because they the light. You know what I mean? They think they the white. They think they the light and shit. So anything like anybody that's not white is not right to them, as far as they springtime, they righteous what they think is right and shit like that. Which is just their bias as far as they Godfather mafia business on somebody else's land. Anyways, yeah, everybody's fucked, dude. You better hope they don't like. You better hope that dollar bill save you. They might be getting rid of money. What's on the dollar bill? In God we trust. That's tied into religion. You get what I'm saying? That's tied into spirituality and shit. Like, you gotta have faith. You gotta believe in that God in order for that dollar bill to work. And if them niggas ain't God and shit, and they know they ain't God, and there's a whole bunch of people in the world that we talking and we spreading the word and we letting everybody else know in our act in the community and shit like that. People know y'all ain't God and stuff. Well, we gonna act like, we gonna keep acting like, we gonna keep going along with like the facade at the moment, but like, they know that shit is a wrap. Whole bunch of shit tied in with that 9 energy. Just pretty much the ending of whatever was making you comfortable. So it's like, shit, if you ain't created some type of new Uranus and Taurus, because that's what it was Uranus and Taurus. If you ain't came up with some type of unique way of gaining safety, security, and shelter and stability and practicality and things of that nature, the Taurus qualities of being, you know, having maybe some, even the Capricorn, we can go back to the Pluto and Capricorn phase where they completely like cut niggas' legs off. They decapitated niggas at the knees. If they ain't already back somewhere with their own legs decapitated. But I be seeing how they be like self-projecting and self-reflecting onto the masses, onto everybody else. So like a lot of people again like ended up in wheelchairs, canes, crutches, mental crutches. There's more people on the bus now. They might just get rid of transportation that has to do with travel, right? Moving around, just like anything involving movement. Shit, man. The thighs, bro. Sex. You know what I'm saying? They trying to, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with that. You know what I mean? Females and abortion rights and child, you know, and Planned Parenthood and all that shit. A lot of shit is getting attacked right now. The spiritual warfare is at the highest peak, highest level ever, and shit like that. Let me take these off, bro. 'Cause y'all niggas think this is a game, bro. Now I'm mixed. I'm a Mexican. I'm probably like some type of like some type of like Caribbean native, like a native mixed with like some type of freedman, or like the you know, like I don't want to say the Bahamas, but like Jamaican, or like cause my grandma is like from Trinidad, which I could just kind of throw in there, like she damn near Jamaican or something, or Cuban, or like tropical, you know what I mean? So I'm like this tropical, like native. Slight. My mom's white, but she would be looked at as like not totally white because of her, you know, because she mixed with somebody that ain't white. Which is stupid, bro. Because that's like, these niggas are stupid, bro. Wherever they at, bro, they're not even in reality, like at all. Like at all. Wherever they at, up under the Vatican and over there or Europe, like wherever these cats be hiding, y'all niggas ain't shit for real. Like all you could do is like watch me on camera every day from the distance, and that's like y'all highest level of intelligence, which is just nothing but perverted energy. Like it's not original. Like y'all got to do some real, like altered. Y'all ain't like, they in some altered state of being. Like that's not even a real, like they in some whole synthetic reality for real. Like where they justifying just perversion, like spying on everybody in hopes that they could like collect enough data and information to make some, I guess, some AI about. So like, you know, that's going out the window. Like anything like humanity or you know, anything with like righteousness or having beliefs or like a cause, you know what I mean? Anything like you could stand on, or like look, this is what I'm talking about. Now shout out to this lady. Oh damn, lady in a wheelchair, bro, with probably her daughter or her grandchild pushing her around. So yeah, that's the world we in. A wheelchair. You ever watch Wall-E? If you ever watch Wall-E, the Disney movie, you're not like shocked by anything I'm saying, because that whole Disney movie animation was based in the future, and everybody was in like some type of floating like wheelchair object thing. Everybody was in wheelchairs, and they were all like overweight and severely like retarded. They couldn't do anything. Like they couldn't physically move. Everything was like robotic, like artificial and automated. So like banks are out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like again, businesses and stuff. Because you know, you gotta think about after the 9th house, you got the 10th house, which is that Capricorn space. So it's like, nigga, if there ain't no traveling and niggas like shut down the roads and shit, martial law, everything. And ain't nobody finna be paying no money in no store, right? Again, that's a square with Virgo. Work and shit, routines, patterns, what you pay attention to. Also like the imagination, because it's got that like Pisces opposition with that 6th house and shit like that. You know, 6 is just, you know, 6 and 9 are pretty much the same thing. All this shit is like it's not separate. That's where people like fail to realize, like 0 through 9 it's like the same energy, just being played out in different like transitions, a different shape, and just a different transition, like a different movement. You know what I mean? Just a different like aspect. You know what I mean? So like shit, again, like I was saying, communication is like out the window. Community, a sense of community or communion, that's going out the window. We already seen it with all these phones and shit. People don't even really be talking like that, or like people don't even know what to even have a conversation or a relating about, or sex. You know what I mean? The joining of two energies or multiple energies to create something new, right? So it's like if motherfuckers lack awareness and lack creativity and lack education and lack knowledge, lack wisdom, oh yeah, experiences. Ninth house deals with experiences, wisdom that you might have gained from your personal travels, your experiences, where you've been, what you've learned. So it's like if motherfuckers ain't learned shit up until this point, and they lack wisdom and knowledge and the like experience points. If this was like in some type of synthetic video game, virtual reality, like your character should be a certain level by now. Like I think it's 2025 in the Gregorian calendar. And this is how they look at it. Like we gave y'all, like they look at it like y'all have had plenty of time to get ready for now. And then they look at the masses like y'all are still buying Burger King. Y'all are still going through the drive-thru. This is what y'all are using these vehicles for. Y'all not using these vehicles to drive to our church. Oh yeah, churches are done. Church buildings are gonna be done. Any church groups, anything church related, any type of humanitarian causes. A lot of shit is gonna be out the window, dude. Like 2 years from now, I want to say so. And yeah, man, that's what it seems like. And then my dream that I had is already kind of like becoming true. It already happened, but it's like 2020 was a micro preview of what I'm talking about already. Like they already did this. They're just gonna expand upon it. Again, the nine energy, expansion, contraction. Cages, jail. Shit, they might get rid of jail completely. Hopefully, that would be great. Or they might expand upon the jail energy. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to put everybody in jail. I don't know. There's a lot of weird shit going on, bro. Texas got rid of EBT. Texas is cutting EBT. I know Las Vegas and Nevada, they cut EBT going forward. Somebody told me at the social services building that now like military veterans are gonna start getting paid in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency going forward. So the dollar bill thing is like out the window, bro. Like that's the direction they trying to push people in. Like, here, take this credit. Here, take this air money. And then you're gonna have an air bill at some point. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. He done already been talking about. We done already experienced the air bill situation. Like we doing with it right now. You gotta pay for a phone. That's an air bill. You gotta pay to like talk on the phone. Like that's air. You want to use your air. You want to talk. You gotta pay. They ain't just letting you talk in the stores freely anymore. You gotta like have some money or something. Like it'd probably be different if I came into one of these stores and I got like banned like thousands of dollars in my pocket and I'm probably maybe saying certain shit. They probably wouldn't give a fuck because I could like drop a bag on them or something like. But if you just trying to talk for free, nah, they cutting all that free shit out the window. And that's like that Sagittarius kind of energy also with the ninth house, like freedom, not being so confined into a certain logic or a certain like formation. And what is information? So like, you know, if you got a certain way of expressing information that it's like outside of their box, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. They gonna want to. They gonna like. That's what they literally showed me that too. Like if I even try to talk to the judge a certain way, they're like, no. You know what I'm saying? Not just me, but like anybody. Like if you got your own mind and you finna say some shit to the judge in court, they're like, they're like looking at you like they think they might be trying to help you, but they really not. They're like, no, no. They like don't even say certain shit in court because they gonna use that against you for real. So just a lot of shit, bro. Like a lot of shit that ended the court system, the whole like judicial system is probably gonna go out the window, or they're gonna make a lot of changes. And they're gonna remodify or like update it. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be even harder if you do go to jail, go to court. Like it's gonna be even harder probably to get out that bitch, if at all. They might just like you ever go to jail or court 2 years from now or something, nigga, your ass might be stuck in jail permanently. So jobs are going out the window, because that has to do with transportation and moving around and driving around and stuff, nigga. Like they probably just gonna get rid of jobs and shit. Like everything. This is what I seen in my vision. Like everything was shut down. They took it up a notch. Like 2020 was one thing. Like okay, you go work from home, whatever. Unless that's what was going on in my dream. Like everybody was just like at home or something, and then there was only like X amount of people that were free enough to like go outside and like move around and shit and not be scared, or like I don't know, it's kind of weird. Vapes, everybody's vaping and shit all of a sudden. That's an air bill, you know what I mean? You gotta go buy a vape or something, or buy some cigarettes, or like whatever it is you smoking. They trying to charge that. They trying to, marijuana, air bill. You gotta like they made it where like they want you to pay for marijuana and shit. If you ain't tapped in or plugged in, like on some hood shit, most people are going to the dispensary, which I did too many times, but I guess I did that for a reason, to maybe like kind of peep game and shit. Like, oh, okay, yeah, like it's a hell of people that go to the dispensary and get taxed. A lot of shit is going out the window, dude. It's a 9-year. I'm seeing already people are looking bored. Look, there's people out here. Look. It's a Tuesday. The weekends be jumping, but like any other day, bro? Ain't nobody got time to be up in here, bro. These businesses are losing money because they probably spending more money, like as far as the commercial property and all that type of shit, just for them to even have a storefront. They already shut down some type of hair salon. I seen it. It's like a whole open ass building that's available for lease or whatever. Big ass spot too. Like probably was a hair salon where females would go in there and get their hair done and shit. A little like hair, the little machines and shit, the chairs and stuff, shit like that. Maybe get their nails done in there or whatever the fuck, or get their hair dyed or whatever the fuck. People ain't coming to the mall to get their hair done. They might just, you know what I'm saying? They probably doing that shit in their own spot or in their own like neighborhood. And there ain't too many people going out their way now for certain things that are like really privileges. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. The death of spirituality, the death of like faith, certain belief systems. Again, religion, or which is just a legion, which is just a demon that's pretending to be God, and got enough spirits convinced that that's the light. You know what I mean? That's the way to go and shit like that. Like that's how you get to God. That's how you go to heaven. Motherfuckers is rocked to sleep. Look at this little nigga. This shit is crazy, bro. All kind of people, bro. The bread done fucked hella niggas up, bro. Watch out for the bread, y'all. Look around at a lot of dudes and tell me they wasn't eating a lot of bread and probably went and got a vaccine. I didn't get no vaccine, bro. That's why I sound the way I do. That's why I talk the way I do. That's why I look the way I do. And I don't eat a whole lot of bread and shit. Maybe here and there I might have like had a slice of pizza or like a couple sandwiches or some shit, but like I'm not just eating bread every day and not exercising. for years. Like, I'm talking about for years. Niggas probably just ate nothing but bread, a bunch of meat. Think about all the hormones and the steroids and shit that they put in the meat and stuff. Niggas probably like ate nothing but Chick-fil-A sandwiches, steaks, burgers. You know what I'm saying? All kind of ham buns. Pause, no homo. I can't eat another man's buns like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you mix in with like soda. Nothing wrong with shit in moderation, or like, you know, you regulate yourself, but like some people like can't live without bread, soda, and certain meat products. Pause, no homo. I'm telling you, bro, look. Here's, bro, it's right here, bro. Health. Nigga, health, bro. Virgo season. Health. Real shit. Look, boom. That's like the average, quote unquote. That's like what the average dude looks like nowadays, if not bigger than that. Like a big old egg cell. So they got dudes looking like egg cells, and they got females looking all like Buffy. Some buff thing. Doing because all the females were forced to like pick up the slack for the boys. Niggas got muffin tops and shit. Side love handles. How you a dude? You got love handles. So it's like, it's the food, bro. It's the food. It's the drug. FDA, bro. Food and Drug Administration, meaning they administer. Meaning they like, here you go. Here's your daily dose. Here's your daily bread. So like a lot of shit is like obviously corrupt. But yeah, man. That was my dream I had, bro. Whole bunch of people just walking. It wasn't even a lot of people walking around either. My dream. It wasn't even a lot of people left. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's getting real, dude. Now I just seen this shit about this Trump deploying the National Guard shit to 19 states. That's what I'm saying. 1 through 9. So like that's like a part of that's like a preview. Like they trying to let people know, like, look, man, we could send in the National Guard and martial law at any time at any time we want to. But if people were together, banded together, it wouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of really what they doing. They trying to target certain neighborhoods, certain like hoods and shit that are probably like the communities have like came together in certain aspects. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas in the hood are strapped up in they hoods and stuff to make sure the police don't come through. They don't be like, yeah, they might be having beef between other little like blocks and little streets and shit amongst that neighborhood, but like they all be in that energy because the police. So to keep the police out, or they work with the police in certain aspects, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it be snitches or informants. I ain't trying to go into all that, but yeah, man, a lot of shit is ending, bro. The defunding of police. I don't know if that happened like nationwide or like, I think I kind of remember them talking about how they was gonna defund the police and shit like that. That kind of goes hand in hand with that ninth house energy of, you know, the jail sector of reality or synthetic reality. I mean, jails and shit, cages, handcuffs. You know what I mean? The hands are what, Gemini and stuff, like that's like the opposition to Sag or owl. You know what I mean? In the native culture would be the owl, and then it'd be like deer would be the Gemini. It would be like the mutable portion of spring going into summer would be deer or Gemini, and then like Sagittarius would be like the transition from fall to winter, owl. You know what I mean? Owls and stuff. So you think about what an owl is, you know, nighttime, PM, They're nocturnal. They're hunters. They got like certain type of vision. You know what I mean? They can spin their head around and shit. Just things the owls do at that time of the year, like hunt mice or certain like rodents and prey. They do a lot of owl worshiping, like the Bohemian Grove shit. I remember seeing, if that's even real or not, but I remember that seeing that like online, like, or something, like that was an image that they had, or some type of statue thing that they be worshiping as an owl. Think about Drake, OVO, you know what I'm saying? Like Drake was the OVO brand is an owl, like an owl face, OVO. Like OVO, you know what I mean? So it's like, all this shit really just be about like our bodies and stuff, and how we be creating bodies and shit and certain abilities, but like, these niggas just be trying to control shit. I think they losing control for good. Hopefully the people come together more. And hopefully things get better. Otherwise, the government just gonna have their way with people like they did back in 2020. I think 2020 might have been the breaking point where people had a little window to take some power back, but people just been giving their power away tremendously in ways they don't even be aware of it. I don't even think people give a fuck. A lot of people be like dumb, deaf, blind, sheep, or weak, or robots. And then this whole AI shit is getting out of hand. I was just like watching the little news segment of the YouTube video. It seemed like the whole news segment of Fox was AI, was like AI news reporters. Like, I don't even think these were real people. They were like, literally, they had to be, and it was like AI talking to each other, like one AI dude talking to another AI dude, and they had a whole AI conversation on the news, like, but these were probably like some nerds behind the computer, like punching in like maybe their voice or certain commands or however they do that shit. But it was like some whole AI motherfucker. Even if that was like a actual body or something, the mind, like their mind would have some artificial intelligence. It wasn't real. It was all synthetic. It was all like programmed. You know what I mean? That's what TV is, right? Social media and like actual media on the news. When you turn on the TV channel and you got to flip through the channel, it'd be programs. Programs. Well, how come they ain't call it congrams? They should have called it congrams. Congrams. Maybe that sounds too much like condoms. But yeah, man. End of travel. They already did a whole bunch of shit like back in 2020. Like people was like not able to get on go on certain airplanes and shit. You can't just go to a certain state. You gotta have this real ID in order to travel and stuff. Like, nigga, they might make some shit where like if you don't got a COVID or a COVID-19 Android 19 vaccine fucking receipt or some way that you can confirm that you got the Android 19 vaccine, they might be like, nope, you ain't traveling nowhere without that Android 19 vaccine doctor slip or something. You know, they might make some shit like that where like you can't even go anywhere. They might have some shit where states, you know, they might do like state shutdown where you can't just come in to certain states anymore. Like, so it's like, it's getting serious, bro. It's been serious, but like, I don't take that shit too serious. But I gotta take it with a grain of salt, man. Yehovah, I got this vision, I got this dream for a reason, so I'm gonna like speak about it. And this is pretty much, I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm an hour plus in. And yeah, nothing but feds watching. It's just weird, bro. Like I never even thought I was important like that since the day I was born. Like for real, dude. Like my whole idea of life was way different. I used to think highly, like more highly of society. Like now this is like, a straight 180 going backwards and reverse C-section. This is like a reverse C-section of a reality that's people think they're living. This is a death realm. This ain't nothing. This is like life already happened in these layers that I'm talking about, like in the dream world, in your mind and shit. And that's all they trying to do is like control your spirit, which they can never do that. I don't even know why they be trying to do that with physical means. Like you ain't never gonna like you. That's why I be looking at them like, why are you either gonna kill me or you gonna help me out? This little weird in the middle area is like, what are you doing? Make up your mind, dude. You want to either keep killing the Native Americans and keep killing the Native Indians, or are you gonna help build actual like Native culture back up and help people out? Otherwise, you playing a weird gray area that was probably like some synthetic gray area. Not even no real like shit, bro. Y'all just like some weird, like y'all created this little black and white checkerboard, chessboard concept, but y'all don't even believe in y'all shit. So y'all just be in the gray area trying to play God and shit like that. And anybody that don't agree with y'all mind and y'all mentality, which is not even a complete mentality, it's a bunch of like dichotomy, dikism, confusion shit, backed and supported by military enforcement. So really, just at the end of the day, it'd be like some crazy bitch with a gun and a gang or some military enforcement and shit, like Griselda Blanca or something. And anybody that don't agree with y'all shit, y'all just like threaten to put in jail or like throw the book at them. I'd rather be like, y'all might as well just kill me. That's why I'll be. And then they look at you like, whoa, what, are you suicidal? Like, no, I'm not suicidal, fool. I'm looking at y'all like, you either gonna kill me or you gonna help me out. You either gonna help me and you want to see me succeed, or you gonna just go ahead straight and kill me. I'm gonna come back. You ain't finna kill me. You can't kill my spirit. So it's like y'all ain't never really gonna kill anybody. So it's like weird. You might as well just help people out. Like, what are y'all even trying to do? Like, nobody understands y'all. Like, to the government, to the feds, like, nobody understands y'all. Especially when y'all do weird shit like this, where you like, now you're online on the internet. Y'all should have just stayed offline. You lost all kind of respect and all kind of power. Y'all should have just stayed offline. It would have been more mysterious. It would have been more convincing. Like what are these niggas thinking? Now we can see what y'all doing. Y'all just hide, like, be back somewhere watching everybody, waiting to come up with y'all next move. But y'all ain't gonna have a next move to come off of. It ain't for people out here actually doing shit. And guess what? If I stop doing anything, well, because y'all, it's not even like I'm trying to stop. Like, y'all made it. Y'all designed a system that's like damn near impossible for anybody to thrive and succeed and move forward in, because y'all made it some monopoly game that only y'all could win in, and y'all got it sewed up. So it's like, of course y'all win. Like, okay, you win. Like, I'm not even like, what do you want? Okay, you, like, I get it, you win. I'm not even here to rebel, or like, I'm not here to be like some EBK nigga and create a new military or something and try to act like I'm the mafia like y'all. I'm not here trying to do that. I'm out. Look, I'm by myself. I might interact with people, like, because that's what life is, interacting with others and shit. I'm not just in a world by myself, but I'm not like over here trying to accumulate some type of army presence that y'all think is what people are trying to do. Like, nigga, what kind of, bro, even if I wanted to start my own world, what the fuck am I gonna do? It's not like I could grow my own food or anything. How am I gonna feed anybody? How am I gonna make food for anybody? I can't even grow anything. I don't even got no land or nothing that y'all claim that's private property. So nobody even owns the land. Like, everybody just borrowing the land. There's no resources anymore to like fight over. It's like, what is y'all point? Like, what's y'all end goal? I don't see. Like, y'all are making me look at y'all confused. I'm not confused, but I'm gonna look at y'all like y'all are confused about something that is not my problem. And you're not gonna self-reflect or self-project onto me as if I'm the one out here that's crazy or like I'm y'all. Because that's what's going on. I'm getting like regular average day people treating me like I'm the government or something. Like I'm in control of your well-being, and I'm not. I'm one body. I'm not the shadow government. I'm not the government. Y'all need to stop looking at me like I'm important, because I'm not important. You need to go look at the people with all the tax dollars that are deciding laws and shit for your child there. Unless people, that's what people just show the government and the actual existence, like that they don't even care about themselves or their children or any children going forward in the world. So it's like we in some whole new tricky time that's like it's trickier than a Tony Hawk Pro Skater video game that they try to make a 3-2 about. Try to make a new Tony Hawk Pro Skater called 3-2 or some shit. Like what? This is weird shit. Again, I'm not out here trying to like be God. I'm not y'all, bro. I'm not the government. I'm not gonna try to like, bro. Like people ignore me, dude. Like I get people that don't give a fuck about what I'm saying. So I'll be like, all right, cool, fine. I'm not out here trying to persuade like the masses in a way where y'all think I'm like on some Martin Luther King shit or something. No, I ain't shit. Nigga, I could barely wipe my ass each day. I could barely wash my ass, dude. I don't got like how am I powerful to anybody in the government? Like I don't know how y'all even look at me like I'm a threat to y'all, bro. I can't even wash my ass. Y'all got all the showers and stuff. What the fuck? Like I can't even go to the Salvation Army because I lost my ID. That's another thing. If you don't got an ID, you can't do shit in today's time. They made it as such. So don't lose your ID and you ain't got no birth certificate to just go get another one like fast and stuff, because they made everything like it's so sewed up. Like I don't understand y'all. I really don't. Y'all got the game sewed up. What else do you want? What else do y'all want? Y'all got the game sewed up. Y'all are the god devil. Y'all are running shit. Y'all running shit. You got all the bus systems. You got all the goddamn banks. You got all the money. Everybody's spending money at y'all locations and stuff that y'all got set up for people to like retail and you know merchandise and shit like that. Everybody like wearing y'all baseball hats and y'all Yankee uniforms and shit and y'all basketball jerseys and stuff. Niggas are wearing y'all shit. They ain't wearing like a bunch of native stuff like that. Not yet, at least, but like, what is y'all doing? I don't understand the government or anybody in a government position or anybody that supports the government. Y'all are winning. Y'all won. What else do you want? Y'all got the whole like continents are sewed up. What else do you want? Y'all are trying to reach for something you will never be able to obtain. Like for real, dude. If a bunch of people are convinced and they got their own mind made up, there's nothing you're gonna do to change that. If somebody wanted to go murder somebody, they gonna just go do it. Not to condone violence. I ain't promoting that. But I'm just making a point. Like y'all got laws like and commandments and shit like no, thou shalt not murder, or like thou shalt not commit adultery, or whatever the case may be. Do I gotta pull out a scripture? Do I gotta pull out scriptures of a watered down version of the Bible that's like summarized? Do I gotta pull out and start showing y'all shit? Where's that at, man? What page is that? Man, there's all kind of shit in this little tiny Bible, bro, that I could just use to debunk the shit out of y'all. But I'm not going to, because it's like it's already been done. Y'all be talking down on y'all own shit. Y'all be like pointing out shit about y'all own shit. Like y'all know it's goddamn not truthful. There's all kind of shit in here about Pharisees You know what I'm saying? Liars, cheating, adultery, which is cheating, murder. Y'all be talking about the lawmakers and shit. How the lawmakers don't be really like the word of God and shit like that, and they just be making up laws to like pretty much keep people in bondage, or like just be Pharisees, like just people that are just modern day Pharisees and shit like that, and just go against the, you know what I'm saying, the truth and the true light. All right, I'll read one thing right here. Change your hearts. This is what popped up right here. Some people there with Jesus at that time told him about what happened to some worshipers from, is it Galilee? I don't know what it is. Is it Galilee or Galilee? I don't know. Galilee? I don't know even how to say that shit. Galilee, some shit. And they got Pilate or Pilate, or Pilate had them killed. Their blood was mixed with the blood of the animals they had brought for sacrificing. Now I know this is all like parables. This ain't like actual literal shit. Y'all talk about thoughts and feelings and shit, like mental states. So I know this ain't like, these weren't like actual, like just the logic of it. You know what I'm saying? But you could see these things playing out today. You can see how it be being played out though. And some of it is like, man, their blood was mixed with the blood of the animals they had brought for sacrificing. Jesus answered, "Do you think this happened to those people because they were more sinful than all other people from Galilee? No, they were not. But if you don't decide now to change your lives, you will all be destroyed like those people." And what about those 18 people who died when the Tower of Siloam fell on them? Do you think they were more sinful than everyone else in Jerusalem? They were not. But I tell you, if you don't decide now to change your lives, you will all be destroyed too. This is y'all Jesus talking, bro. This is like y'all Bible talking. Talk about y'all gonna get destroyed. That's the government. That's the government. Who else made the Bible, bro? And they had to practice all this shit on the native Indians. So they really talk about like what happened to the Native Americans, which was the only motherfuckers walking with Christ, or any real. If there was ever a Jesus, it was a Native American or a Giza. You know, the niggas wasn't calling themselves Jesus. The niggas, it was Giza. And then the Jews I mean, not the Jews, but like the Jesuits, the European, the colonists. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much like remixed and stole the actual like truth, and then like now they're playing like as Jesus with the J and shit like that, hooking out the Uriel and hooking out the natives and whatnot, like so that they could like pretty much practice this like world domination. We just gonna run everybody and shit, and create this one world government up under God, and in God we trust and shit like that. And this is like just across all continents. So the natives wasn't down with this. Some natives were. This is where you get the Jews that was like working with these Jesuits and shit like that. And then like anybody that's Jewish is like not the original Jews. So there's motherfuckers behind the scenes that y'all know are the Jews, wherever y'all at. Y'all niggas that like y'all be more on a percentage level in the hidden word of things, or in the subconscious. Y'all like cater to the you know what I mean, the emotions and feelings more so, like the behind the scenes aspects, or the dark, or things that are that are hidden, or things that are covered up and shit like that. The word is, do I gotta go to the beginning? In the beginning, before earth was, the word was there. So to me, that lets me know before there was any shapes and forms or any information, it was like the word was like, that's like the word is written on your heart. Ain't no like how I'm talking right now. The word is like your word is bond type shit. Like when two motherfuckers have a conversation with each other, somebody might be like, word. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, it's a certain other goddamn some man. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. The word ain't got no like shape or form really. It's like some conscious quality that's like it's like what's understood ain't got to be explained. That's the word right there. And it's like layers to this shit. So it's like I could talk to somebody just by looking at somebody a certain way, or you know, I don't gotta like say something with my tongue. But like a child, say a child don't know shit about what I'm saying. A child could look at me and wave at me because they picking up on the word that I represent, which ain't got no like shape or form to it. So motherfuckers could say this, that, and the third about me all day with logic and rhetoric, but the true word that's written on your heart is the real, like, you know what I'm saying? That's like the first language before what y'all claim to be is like an English language or Spanish or whatever type of language y'all be claiming is the word, like the real word and shit. Like, man, y'all get what I'm saying, man. But yeah, man, you will all be destroyed too. That's what y'all God be about. Destroying everybody, which is crazy. Like she was never like, there's people never looking like this before. Not to put her down. Shout out to all the beautiful women and stuff. But that's dangerous to me. Like I might be attracted to her, but also not. Because I know her lifespan is shorter. You know what I'm saying? Like, she might not be able to, like, give birth to my child correctly. Or my child is going to be, like, having issues just because of her body and stuff. And shit like that. The stress that her body is undergoing and shit. It's deep. Jesus told this story. A man had a fig tree. He planted it in his garden. He came looking for some fruit on it, but he found none. He had a servant who took care of his garden. So he said to his servant, I have been looking for fruit on this tree for 3 years, but I never find any. Cut it down. Why should it waste the ground? But the servant answered, Master, let the tree have 1 more year to produce fruit. Let me dig up the dirt around it and fertilize it. Maybe the tree will have fruit on it next year. If it still does not produce, then cut it down. So this is like, that's pretty much what they've been doing. That's like, it sounds like build it up just to tear it down witchcraft spell. And Jesus is just the light or the awareness or the solar plexus. So this is like their concept of their creativity, or like how they look at expressing things, or like they individual thought, they individual man. Man, this is all just like a whole bunch of thievery, bro. They don't even believe in. See, that's why they getting rid of shit, bro. Because they never even believed in none of this shit. All right, here's a good one right here. The Jewish leaders against Jesus. See, all right, see 4, 5, 9. You know what I'm saying? All right, and they started off. It was winter. What is winter? The winter season. That's like Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Right. So you got 4, which would be the mind, and then 5, which would be a feeling. So 4 would be the higher thought or foreknowledge. To be able to, like, you know, square out the, you know what I'm saying, give meanings and reasonings to shit. Having some type of direction to go in. All them good 4 qualities. Because 1 + 1 = 3, and then by default you get 4 when you start, like, again, adding like titles and names to shit to your surrounding that you just created. First you had to have an original thought, and then you had to have a feeling to match that idea. So that's like the Holy Father and the Holy Mother, or not the Holy Father, but pretty much, yeah, the Father and the Mother, and then that comes together to create the child, which would be like the I want to say the daughter, not the daughters, man, I ain't gonna get lost in that, but it creates that three, that surrounding. Now you got a mind, you got a spaceship. And once you jump in that, you know what I'm saying? Once you put your soul in that, your spirit in that, then you get like the ability to move around and go and move and maneuver amongst that three, that surrounding that world. And then that's like a world view, you know what I'm saying? And you get to go in that bitch, start giving it names and titles and definition and things of that nature. But yeah, it was winter, and the time came for the festival of dedication at Jerusalem. Jerusalem being the heart space. So I'm looking at this kind of section right here, like on some Aquarius shit, because Jesus is kind of like the Lucifer or the light bearer, the one that holds the true light and gives direction to the sheep and things of that nature. The light bearer, or the Lucifer, or the Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Again, like the light bearer and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then Aquarius is the water bearer, and it's like, you know, tied in with the heart space to some degree, like, because, you know, your cups and water and emotions and pouring into shit. And then Aquarius would be like the higher man. You know what I mean? Like, that's not so like in the feelings and shit. Or not so like in the, because Capricorn is the opposition of Cancer or summertime. So like, it's a whole lot of shit they be doing, a whole bunch of witchcraft. Jesus was in the temple area at Solomon's porch. What's the temple? Like, that's like the head space. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, the temple could mean a lot of things, but like, I gotta like get more into this as far as like deciphering shit, because I know Solomon's porch is like a certain concept. You know what I mean? It ain't like, these are like parts of the body and shit. But yeah, the Jewish, so not the original Jews, but the Jewish leaders, which are the niggas that are more into again, more, they favor more the not the logic, but more the like the feminine qualities. You know what I'm saying? They favor more the what's the word I'm thinking about? What's the term that I'm thinking about? Well, anyways, the Jewish leaders gathered around him. So him, who is him? He, the light, you know what I'm saying? If these niggas are in the dark, of course they gonna gather around the light. So like, anytime you create some type of awareness by default, that creates like, there's gonna be some type of heavier thing or heavier group or object, or I don't want to say object, but there's always like this light and weight, not like actual that, but like weight and goddamn, and then whatever is the heavier body or whatever the thing is gonna usually encapsulate the light. So that's kind of like what be going on, like pretty much, aka a man and a woman. You know, if the man's the thought, the light, you know, what happens when he sticks his rod or his staff into that womb, into that hole, into that darkness. That shit is trying to conceal him. You know what I mean? That shit is trying to like suck him in and like and wrap around him and shit. That's like the snake. Man, there's a lot of shit, man. We start talking about desires and shit, man. The Jewish leaders gathered around him. They said, "How long, will you make us wonder about you?" Yeah, that's a bitch thought. First of all, that's how females think. How long will you make me wonder about you? That's a female thought. That's the thoughts of a woman. How long will you make us wonder about you, Jesus? Those are thoughts of a woman. Just a question mark, period. Like, you even questioning what? If you are the Messiah, then tell us clearly. Jesus answered, "I told you already, but you did not believe. I do miracles in my Father's name." The Father being the furthest light. You know what I'm saying? In order to get close to the Great Spirit, or quote unquote what they calling God, you got to go through the Father. You got to go through the logic. So he's like, I do miracles in my Father's name. Like, I don't even take credit for it. Like, I give it up to the mind. Like, the Father is just the mind. I mean, the broadest, the furthest mind, the first mind, or whatever. These miracles show who I am, but you do not believe because you are not my sheep. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. I give my sheep eternal life. They will never die, and no one can take them out of my hand. My Father is the one who gave them to me, and he is greater than all. No one can steal my sheep out of his hand. The Father and I are one. If that ain't like pretty much what I was just talking about, like y'all ain't finna, like, y'all could try to take all the sheep y'all want, but like when it comes to me and my sheep and my nigga, like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you doing? And I'm not here to like convince y'all about y'all sheep. Those are your sheep. If those are your sheep and this is y'all world, take care of y'all creation. I'm not finna take them from y'all, but shit, if y'all sheep are like, some of them might be like, bah. They might fucks with me. They might fucks with me and start following me or something. I didn't force them to do that. That wasn't like something I liked or disliked. It wasn't like a, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, it happened type shit. So it's like, we're talking about bodies and shit, bro. Like, clearly, like, your own body got, like, your body has sheep or people and shit like that. So like, what is your people? It's like your cells and shit, your different parts of your body, your organizations and shit, your organs and stuff. So this is like really what the Bible be talking about, like Jerusalem and like shit like that, or like certain locations and shit. These be parts of your mind / how your mind bended in to become this fleshly body and stuff like that. So a lot of people not even at these core, like, this is how people thought back in the day. Like, this was normal conversation back in the day. Now we got a bunch of that's a dyke right there. It's a female that looks like a dude. And you know what I'm saying? And you got a bunch of egg cell ass homie cheese. Look, there go another egg cell walking around. Dudes should not look like that, man. That nigga, that's a whole female dude. Like, he got a bag in his hand, bruh. He got muffins. He's got muffins on the side. His body has muffins. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man that was a European? It's like that type of shit. Do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Watch out for the yeast. And in the Bible, they even say, man, we're not talking about the bread. We're not talking about the yeast that makes the bread. Like, the bread is like a whole different concept in the Bible. And so is yeast. So they got even a paragraph, like, there's somewhere in there, like, Jesus was like, no, I wasn't talking about, like, the yeast that y'all use to make the dough and stuff. Like, no, bro. Like, this is some whole other shit. So that's pretty much what I'm done, man. Hour 30 in, I'm pretty much done, man. I'll wrap it up. Just chalk it up like the world's finished. Be careful. They 2 years from now, they might shut everything down. And you better hope you can move around on your own freely. You better hope like you got enough H&M clothes to last you a lifetime. Shit like that. Or like, you better purchase everything you can now. They might shut them all down 2 years from now. You might not be able to do this ever again. You better enjoy it while you can. This is what I'm telling people. Like, you better enjoy it. You better enjoy that synthetic, whatever you got. That's it, man. That's it, dude. I don't really got too much else to say, bro. I just know like they looking at the world like there's too many niggas out here having babies out of wedlock. Like that's their mentality. They looking at the world like they looking at everybody out here like, why are y'all having babies and none of y'all are following the God scriptures that we're commanding you to do? Like that's how the government think. Like, what is y'all doing? You can't even take care of yourself, but yet you thought you could like push a baby out of your being and stuff. And this is how they look at people. And it's partially true. Like they get some grace there. Like it do be just a lot of people just doing shit out of ignorance and the lower natures, the lower desire and shit like that. They more the animalistic natures. So there you go. You have people that are sheep, bird. That shit for the birds. You got pigs out here. You got cattle and shit like that, which is a whole bunch of native hobbies and witchcraft. That's like, you know, I ain't trying to go into that, but like certain, you know, bulls and stuff. Be a lot of bullshit individuals out here that are just bullshit. You know, the AK Wiles, would they create a whole season called Taurus season, and then anybody born in that Masonic time of the year, like apparently those are like bull-like individuals. Those are bullish. That's an economic term when they talk about the market and money and stuff. Yeah, the market is bullish right now. Those are bull heads. Those are bullies. When you go to school, you ever go to school, they have bullies and stuff. That's a bully. The Minotaurs and stuff. Like, come on, bro. Y'all ain't watched Narnia. Y'all remember Narnia, bro? Go watch Narnia. Go watch all the Disney shows about animals getting anthropomorphized. That's what's going on. A bunch of anthropomorphized concepts about life, and these niggas is trying to be in control of that shit. Like goddamn. What was that? Pigs? What was that? Not Bambi. I was about the deers. What was that movie? Charlotte's Web, spiders even. I done seen so many people with spider tattoos and spider web, like cobweb tattoos. Those are spiders to me. What do they call it? The internet? Didn't they make an internet? There's a lot of fishes out here. There's people just swimming around fishy mode. Fish. There's a lot of fishes out here. I got one question for you. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube Live. If you had to be any animal, what's your favorite animal? What animal would you be?
A tiger.
All right, thank you for thank you. She said she'd be a tiger. That was tiger. Hey, tigers are hard. Shout out to the tigers and stuff. She'd be a tiger. You know what I'm saying? That's a dangerous cat right there. I don't know if I want. That's a dangerous cat right there. She ain't just like no like leopard. You know, like cheetah. She said, I want to be a tiger. Now she could have lied. She could have lied. I'll give her some female grace. She might have like just said that just to answer or something. Send her ass to Thailand. You know, go to anybody wearing a tie is a snake. Snake tongue. You know, anybody that wears ties and suits, snakes. Send them to Thailand. Government, send anybody, like you lawmakers and shit, niggas with ties and shit, you business niggas and shit, go to Thailand. That's probably where you from anyway. A lot of y'all like be white dudes and stuff. Y'all be Asian niggas. Go to Thailand, white boy. Go to Thailand. But dogs get treated better nowadays than people. Yeah, that dog's living better than me. Which is crazy. That dog is living better than me, dude. think, or the dog's quality of life is drastically improved. Human society life, if you were like a struggling human, you're like, people give a fuck about you, has went down, unless you're a child or something. Because everybody just want to drink from a child and stuff, like, you know what I mean? The kids and stuff, they get like kid grace because they still like little tiny infants and shit like that, you know, infidels and shit. But yeah, man, a whole bunch of infidelity going on, and a whole bunch of searching and stuff. Y'all gonna need like 10 bajillion objects to ever be fulfilled with y'all selves. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Like, you might as well throw that cheetah print back over here on my lap. Like, look, talk about animals and stuff. Boom. Talk about animals. She just said the whole girl back there said she was a tiger. That chick just proved the point. Like, okay, females like cats or like Hello Kitties. A lot of them like got Hello Kitty clothes and shirts and bags and stuff. Okay, you can't tell me we ain't in some like what the fuck is a human? At the end of the day, people are still humans, but they're like, people be part cat, part Batman. You know what I'm saying? Part whatever the fuck, Miami Dolphin or some shit. A lot of these is like sarcasms and stuff, but like, look at it, look. Aw, look. Aw. Aw. Go, go, go. Yeah, I hope you go run back to Europe. Try to run back to Europe. I wish I could get out of here, bro. I wish I could go somewhere like where I ain't gonna be a. Oh man, I don't know. Something's going on with his Adam's apple. Something going on with your Adam's apple? You know that something going on with that dude's Adam's apple. He was over there like, he was having a hard time. I don't know, maybe swallowing the truth. Pause, no homo. All right, man. I'm finna I gotta go wash my leg. But yeah, man, I done healed my body. If y'all wanna see real quick some shit, this is some real shit right here. Scars is healing up. This used to be worse, as you can see. This was like a whole gash in my leg. They're finally healing. Woo! I made it. That one's like pretty much good. It's a little tender, a little bit, still kind of sore, but stuff like that. You know what I mean? This was like painful as fuck. I'm not even gonna go into that story, but I pretty much inflicted some harm, this was a self-inflicted injury, and I guess I did it out of like a fit of rage, but I'd be used as a vessel for all possibilities, so I did it not just for that one single thought, but maybe in the aspect to like show somebody something, or like, nigga, I got remarkable healing powers. My son is in the first house, and according to just, if you know anything about the sun each day, the atmosphere keep going. I ain't never seen the sun, the glowing thing outside that they think is 40 billion miles away. I ain't seen that shit ever stop working or stop going. I don't see the sun cry, unless we talk about maybe the clouds coming together to rain or something, but that's not like some human, that's not no anthropomorphized thing you could that's just really an experience we're having. So when we start talking about the cycle of life, bro, shit keep going, bro. You know what I mean? I don't look at the atmosphere environment like that shit is dead. It's not. You might have had humans tamper with the plants and the natural life of what was You know what I'm saying? What was like grown and shit. So like now there's like some imbalance in the nature of things, but the actual like nature mechanism itself is unfuckwittable. Do I gotta show y'all my shit? I'll say this too real quick, and I'll cut this off. Back in high school, man, I made a dog tag. I made a dog tag. I'm a Cancerian, so it was kind of like ironic in a sense. Like I wasn't into astrology even like that yet at the time. But the military niggas, speaking of the military, they came to my high school back when I was like 15, 16 years old, and at like lunchtime or whatever, they put on like a little stage. Well, we had like a stage kind of performance stage or whatever, art stage or whatever the fuck. But they was there though, and then they was letting people make like these mock dog tags. So I made one, right? On my dog tag, guess what I put? Guess you can't read it. Maybe I'll have to zoom in, but on my dog tag, I put unstoppable. Unstoppable, you busy? Look, she got a whole shot in her arm. Hold on real quick. Boom, she got a whole needle. She got that needle. She got some needle in her arm. See, I ain't never had to, I don't be walking around getting routine needles and stuff, bro. Because why? Because I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. Unstoppable. Yeah, I was in high school thinking I was unstoppable. Unstoppable. Right here. Unstoppable. I did it in high school. I put it on the dog tag. Maybe I was a military vet in a past life. Who knows? But guess what? I'm back. And I'm unstoppable. Unstoppable. That maybe should let you know if you on the opposing side of a being, a group of beings that like came together, was like, yeah, unstoppable. Put that on there. I was like, all right. Cause I ain't shit. You know, I'm a vessel. So it's like any vessels that was like using me to put that on the dog tag, they are also unstoppable. Cause I come from life, you bitch. And life is what? Unstoppable. Guess what? Existence, unstoppable. You know what is not unstoppable? Some man-made concept, some human shit. That shit is very stoppable. You gotta end it you gonna end it one day. Guess what? That doesn't stop. Existence and spirituality, unstoppable. Unstoppable. Look at my eyes. Unstoppable. I ain't blinked not one time that this video was going. For the past an hour and 48 seconds, I don't think I blinked. Okay, maybe here and there, but like, I don't be blinking. I don't be blinking and shit. Nigga, I am not Blink 182. Hey man, I just watched a Dick Gregory. On another side note, Dick Gregory, he was talking about something about like marijuana and stuff. They're like blah 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 blah, and whatever they spraying. This is true to some degree. How they be spraying and however they be growing the marijuana and stuff. It could impair your memory. It can impair your look at this cat. Look at this cat. This nigga going through it right now. He knows he's doing some dirty business. Look at him. He trying to walk all fast as shit. He got his head down. He losing his hair. He looked like a big old piggy man, a little piggy bank. He the piggy bank runner. Matrix shades are back on. Going back into the Matrix.